It is baseball action here on Pardon My French Media. It is a hot day outside as the Bondurant-Farrar Blue Jays make their way to Norwalk, Iowa to take on the Warriors. I am Liam Weber, joined by Gary French, who's also going to be the scoreboard operator and producer for today's game. Norwalk comes into this game at an 8-8 record, winning their last two. Meanwhile, for Bondurant-Farrar, they come in on a little bit of a losing streak, dropping their most recent game to Boone 4-2. It's a brand new lineup here for Norwalk. A lot of seniors last year, a lot of replacing to do, but some of the mainstays are still here. Cole Wardlow being chief among them. As looking through this lineup, a lot of talent from some of the underclassmen. Their hitting leaders seem to be two sophomores and a junior, so plenty of talent in this underclass as they will look to take on the Blue Jays. We'll go through lineups when we come back from the national anthem. Let's take a look at the Norwalk lineup and see what's been replaced from last season. A whole lot. They lost C.J. Davis, Aiden Harder, so that is going to be their primary pitcher from last year, their third baseman, their first baseman, Peyton Nichols, their center fielder, Caleb Akinpa, their second baseman, Dawson King, and their right fielder, Mason Vogel. So a ton to replace for them. As we're going to take a look at the lineup, as in at shortstop will be the leadoff man, Colton Moore. Cole Wardlow is on the mound today for Norwalk. Riley Schmidt will be the catcher. Connor Holtorf will play second base with Brady Wilkening playing out there in right field. The first baseman will be Ryan Jones. Kingston Lamb is the DH, hitting in place of left fielder Cale Wadle. Then we have Eli Benschoter playing third base. And then in the ninth spot, it's Xavier Bush playing center field. Now let's meet the visiting lineup for Bondurant. Playing shortstop, Jordan Ryle lead things off for them in the two hole. It's the third baseman, Tyson Bain. Then it's Parker Ernst in the three spot in center field. The cleanup man is going to be Cole Miller playing second base. Braden Dutton is the right fielder batting fifth. Sixth is Drake Faltzgraf, the DH. Then it's Will Pottebaum at first. Peyton Hobbs, the pitcher. Fenton Smith, the left fielder. As it will be Maxon Simmons being hit for and playing catcher. We're about to see first pitch here today. It is going to be 88 degrees. It is warm outside. A little bit of breeze as well, as here is Wardlow's pitch. It'll be a bit low for a ball, and that will start things off here today. Ryle, one of the best hitters here, as he'll ground this one softly and it'll roll foul down that third base line. Ryle so far this season, a .389 hitter with a .555 on base and a .472 slugging percentage. No home runs, but 5 RBIs with 17 total bases on the season, as he will look to get to the right-hander of Cole Wardlow early in this game. A .278 ERA for Wardlow coming into this contest, as he will bean Ryle. Ryle gets the first base runner of the game, but he earns it as it's a hit by pitch. As up now, it's Tyson Bain. Wardlow has a 1.5 whip on the season. Just his 5th start of the year. He's 2-2 in his starts through 22 2/3. Opponent batting average is .234, and the runner on first has plenty of speed. 7.49 on stolen bases so far this season, as Wardlow will pump a strike in there to the third baseman. Tyson Bain, just a sophomore, but batting .316 on the season. He has been incredible for them, as 12 total bases on the season. This one will get away from the catcher. He'll trip over his own feet, but that'll advance Ryle to second base.
Yeah, I wonder if he would have advanced further if he'd been watching the catcher trip. But only give up 1 base on that. That's good.
It's a 1-1 count here to the third baseman. Runner in scoring position now. Looks like he shows bunt, pulls it back. It'll be a ball. It's 2-1. Wardlow been solid this season. 26 strikeouts to 8 walks on the year. Has his 6th hit batter of the season, as this one's going to be a perfectly placed bunt. And on to first will retire him, but the runner will get to third with only 1 out in the inning.
Yeah, nice placement of that bunt. Only went a couple feet, and you advanced the runner, which is a good thing for Bondurant.
Still just 1 out in the inning, and that'll bring up Parker Ernst, the center fielder. Ernst so far this season, batting .375, as this one will miss for a ball. It's 1-0. Ernst, part of that top-heavy 1-2-3 punch for a team that has a .259 batting average as a team, as this one's going to be flied out to right field, giving chase. And that'll land foul. So it'll be a loud strike number 1.
Well, Norwalk's got to be thankful for that. That would have scored a run easy.
Even on a catch with the runner tagging. Would like to keep this in the infield, as that's going to be in there for a strike.
Yeah,
Great pitch.
Looked real good.
Count is now 1-2. Wardlow looking for a strikeout here. Best case scenario. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 got him. Gets the result he wants.
Now see if he can get out of this.
Cole Miller steps up to the plate, wearing the number 9. He's batting .360 on the season. Excuse me, no, he's batting .220 with a .360 on base. 14 total bases, 2 triples on the year, so plenty of speed, as strike 1 will be pumped in there by Wardlow. That'll catch that outside corner. It's 0-2 quite quickly here to the second baseman.
Yeah, great inside-outside pitching right there. Get him?
Doesn't quite get the call on that one. It's a good frame job out there by the catcher. Number 12, Riley Schmidt.
Yep.
As that'll be a
Punches
strike 3 called. Stares at it. So it'll be 2 Ks back-to-back, as we'll head to the bottom of the first inning. That'll be 1-2-3 to lead things off, and we'll introduce you to the starting pitcher in today's contest for Bondurant. As we come back, here is the starting pitcher for Bondurant. It's number 11, Peyton Hobbs, the junior. Just his third start of the season, his sixth appearance, a 2.15 ERA with a 1.54 batting average. He'll face off against Colton Moore, the sophomore, having a fantastic season. 298 hitter as he'll foul back the first pitch. First solid contact we've seen today outside of that big foul ball in the top half. Moore, a 298 hitter, 4 RBIs on the season. That'll catch that outside part of the plate. A great pitch from Hobbs, and it's quickly 0-2 to the shortstop. Kicks and fires. Manages to catch him looking a curveball on the outside part of the plate, and it's a backwards K to get things started here for Hobbs. As that'll bring up Cole Wardlow. The senior struggling to start the season, a 180 average, 225 on base, and a 180 slugging to start the season. The delivery. That'll miss outside for a ball. So it will be 1-0 to the starting pitcher for today's game. Double header action here in Norwalk, because that one's going to be lifted high, foul.
That can be out.
And it will find its way out of play. So it'll be 1-1 here. Giving chase was Potabom from first. Just ran out of room. Here's the delivery. That's going to be fouled back. Good swing on the curve. The beautiful arcing curveball here from Hobbs. Little Kershaw-esque. A slow wind up.
Ooh, I thought he was going to get punched out on that one.
A generous call at the top of the zone. It's now tied up at 2. Hobbs, another arcing curve. That one's just high, so the count will run full here to Wardlow. Pitcher looking to help out his own cause here. Here's the delivery. It'll be outside for a ball. And it'll be a base runner here for Norwalk on the walk. As that'll bring up the catcher, Riley Schmidt on the season, another sophomore. Batting .340 with a .389 on base and a .440 slug. All incredible numbers as he is hitting in the 820s for OPS. Has 22 total bases on the season, a triple and 3 doubles. With 9 RBIs, that is the team tied for the team lead. As that'll be a strike in there, 0-1. That'll be outside, but the pickoff attempt back to first, not going to be in time. Solid throw from the catcher behind the plate, Maxon Simmons.
Yeah, good job. Keep an eye on that runner. Keep him honest.
This one's dropped by the catcher as he was thinking about another back pick there. But it'll be 2-1 here.
Yeah, as far out wide that pitch was, I wonder if they called another pitch out.
So far on the season, Wardlow 1 for 1 on steal attempts.
Good low.
That one's going to be below the knees for ball 3. It's 3-1 here with an opportunity to get 2 runners on for Norwalk. It would bring up Connor Holtorf, the senior. Pickoff attempt back in time. Very concerned with the runner here. Norwalk has 30 attempts this season. He's a bit late on the get back there, but manages to dive in safely. Was almost caught out like a deer in headlights. Managed to dive back in. He's not taking a huge lead either. That one's going to be grounded to the shortstop. 6-4-3 double play.
Yep.
That'll put an end to the inning.
But he'll do it.
When we come back, it's 5-6-7 due up for Bondurant. We'll introduce you to the Norwalk defense in the outfield and infield. As we come back, we'll introduce you to the Norwalk defense from left to right in the outfield. It's Cade Wadle out there in left. In center field, it's Xavier Bush. And then in right, it is Brady Wilkening. Around the horn on the infield at third, it's Eli Benschoter. At shortstop, it's Colton Moore. Connor Holtorf is the second baseman. And the first baseman is Ryan Jones. Cole Wardlow on the mound with behind the plate being Riley Schmidt. That first pitch there is called a strike, as this one's going to be grounded sharply to third, backhanded onto first. High manages to pull him off the bag. Couldn't get the feet back down in time, so it'll be a throwing error on the third baseman. So Braden Dutton, the right fielder, reaches, as now it's going to be Drake Falsgraf, the DH, up at the plate for Bondurant. So far this season, he is hitting .346 and 26 at bats, .393 on base, a .423 slug. 5 RBIs on the year. As that pitch will be in the dirt. Good job from Schmidt to keep it in front of him. Slight breeze. Looks like it's just lazily blowing. Is this going to be another ground ball? 5-4. No shot at a chance. They'll say he lost it on the transfer, so that it'll still be an out at second, but no double play.
Good call. I like that call.
So it'll be a 5-4 fielder's choice. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Will Pottebaum. On the season, Pottebaum batting at .209, .333 on base with a .256 slugging. They'll foul this one back out of play down the right side. The weather is hot, which means the ball has an opportunity to fly here today. Good job from Schmidt there, leaving his position. Can't see what the umpire is signaling.
Oh, something he didn't like down in left field. Or
could have been at the third base coach telling him to get
positioning or the dugout. Never know.
Delivery from Wardlow. That one's going to be popped sky high.
Inside,
Wardlow
but
giving
it didn't
chase.
play.
But putting the squeeze on it will be the first baseman, Jones. And it'll be 2 outs now.
That's where I missed it.
Peyton Hobbs, the pitcher, now up. He'll look to help his own cause. So far this season, the junior is batting 0. He has no hits in his 7 at-bats. Looking to change that here. Does have a few walks on his ledger, though. This one will get away from the catcher. No advancement from the runner at first. Faltzgraf. Faltzgraf so far this season, no steal attempts. 54 total stealing attempts from the Blue Jays. So a team not afraid to run. They just typically, have some players that don't, as that'll be a strike in there. So it's 1-1 now with 2 outs. Their 2 biggest steal threats, Jordan Ryle and Cooper Goodwin. Goodwin not in the lineup. So that one's going to be hammered high, shallow center field. Making the catch out there in center will be Xavier Bush. When we come back, it'll be the bottom half of the second inning. We'll introduce you to the Bondurant defense, as it'll be 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Warriors. Let's get you the defense for Bondurant. From left to right in the outfield, it's Fenton Smith. In left field and center field, it's Parker Ernst. And in right, it is Braden Dutton. Around the horn on the infield, Tyson Bain mans that hot corner. Meanwhile, the captain of the infield, Jordan Ryle, is the shortstop. At second base, it's Cole Miller. And then at first, it's Will Pottebaum. Completing the battery with Peyton Hobbs, it's Maxon Simmons behind the plate. And strike 1 will be issued to Connor Holtorf, the second baseman. Holtorf so far this season a .224 average, as he'll take a ball high, and it's a 1-1 count. He has a triple on the season, 14 total bases. Looking to see if he can get things started off here with a lead-off hit. This is going to be a weak dribbler back to the pitcher. Has trouble. He's safe. It'll be an infield single for Connor Holtorf. So it will be a leadoff base runner here for Norwalk, as that'll bring up the right fielder, Brady Wilkening. Wilkening, a junior, having a fantastic start to the season with a .283 average with 7 RBIs on the season. Looking to advance the runner at first. That'll be low and outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Holtorf so far this season perfect on steals, as he is 10 for 10. Leads the team in stolen bases, does not lead the team in attempts. That goes to Colton Moore, who is 7 of 12 so far this year. He dives back in safely on the pickoff attempt. The 1-0 pitch here. Taking off, but it is fouled back, down that first base line. So Holtorf will have to retreat back to first. Wilkening so far this season, a 312 on base with a 326 slug. Another pickoff attempt here on Holtorf. He'll get back in there safely, but the ball will get away, so he'll advance to second on the error. It'll be a throwing error on the pitcher that advanced Holtorf to second. So now a runner in scoring position for the right fielder with a 1-1 count. Wind is starting to blow a little bit more now. He'll show bunt now, and that'll go straight down that little line leading back to the on-deck circle. And it'll be 1-2 that takes away the bunt. So we'll see what Wilkening can do. Holtorf, plenty of speed. Anything hit shallow or in the gap, as that one's going to go high for a ball, 2-2. Anything shallow in a gap should be enough to score him from second and give Norwalk the lead. Softball action next door. So here's the delivery. That one's going to be lifted high, giving chase. Could be no man's land. And it falls in there in no man's land.
Yep, and it is a fair ball.
It's a fair ball in no man's land.
That was tough.
So runners on the corners now. As you know, when a ball's popped up that high and you see three different position players running out to try and get it, if there's no communication, that ball has a very big chance to fall in. As with nobody out, it's runners on the corners.
Yeah, you don't want to run into each other, but then you're waiting for someone to take command of it, and if they don't, it drops in the middle of them.
As that'll bring up Ryan Jones, the first baseman. He'll ground this one sharply up the middle. It is going to be 6-3 in time, so it'll be a 6-3 double play, but the run will come across to score. So there are 2 outs, but there is a run that has come across to score here for Norwalk. As Holtorf, with some beautiful base running, some heads-up base running as well, gets him to third and allows him to score on the infield grounder. This one's also going to be grounded on the infield. It will be 3 unassisted. And that'll put an end to the inning. It's Kingston Lamb that goes down to end the inning. Norwalk strikes first in today's game. We'll go to the top of the third, where it'll be 8-9-1 due up for the Blue Jays. It'll be number 22, Fenton Smith, to lead things off here. So it's 9-1 and 2 due up. rather than 8, 9, and 1. This is our first time seeing Smith so far in this game. We'll then see Jordan Ryle, who managed to get to second base after being hit by a pitch his first time up. As that one's going to be grounded sharply down the third base line for strike number 1. And that's going to be a big swing and a miss.
Nasty.
Nasty slider. Manages to break its way into the zone. Forces a late swing. Almost an emergency hack there, as that one's going to be lifted foul out of play. Just barely got the tip of the bat to the ball. That one's just going to go outside. It's 1-2 now.
Gotta see if you can ring him up, save some pitches.
Here's the delivery. That'll be low and outside in the dirt.
I don't know if they're trying to get him to chase or they're just getting away from him.
Smith, a junior this season, batting .222. 364 on base with 5 walks on the season. Has worked this to a tied count. Does he work it to a full count? That one's going to be grounded back up the middle. That'll get past Wardlow. It'll be fielded out there in center field, but the runner gets to first, and that'll set up the top of the lineup with a runner on with nobody out. 1, 2, and 3 up. As Jordan Ryle, their best hitter, steps up to the plate. Again, a .389 average with a .551 on base and a .472 slug. He's officially 0 for 0 today after being hit by the pitch. He'll show bunt, but manages to throw off the catcher just enough to advance the runner. He drops the strike. So a little bit of, mind games being played out there in the batter's box.
Yep.
That'll be scored. A passed ball, as it was in his glove, just pops out.
Yeah, it's that hurry attempt to get it out and get that throw, and sometimes you don't get a good grab on it.
Fenton Smith goes to 8 for 10 on the season in steals. So at 80% success rate. Doesn't offer at the pitch low, so it's 1-1. Wardlow checks the runner. Comes set. Kicks and fires. And that'll be a strike in there. 1-2 count here to Jordan Ryle. Time called. Pointed down. Nope, they're going to call a balk. So that'll advance the runner to third. So with nobody out, top of the lineup up. Some mistakes being made by the Norwalk defense. One by Schmidt, another one by Wardlow. As that's going to be an ugly swing and a miss for strike 3.
Rings him up. This would be like it was a couple innings ago that got a guy in third. You got to shut it down.
Here's the delivery. Shows bunt. Doesn't get it. That's going to be thrown, but the runner will be safe.
Good base running. Wow.
Excellent base running from Fenton Smith, and he basically develops that run himself, does everything in his power, is not driven in by anybody, just drives himself in with his base running.
Wow, when the catcher threw it down to third, the runner was halfway home.
Yeah, Ben showed her the ball was just a little bit low to him. He had to get down on his knees to catch it. Had to throw it back to home. Just wasn't in time. So that one's going to be laced back up the middle. Good field there by the shortstop onto first. Not going to be. No, they're going to stay in time.
That's good.
A beautiful play there by Colton Moore. Throws a frozen rope from short to first, showcasing that cannon of an arm. That'll now bring up Parker Ernst. Struck out his first time up, was the first of a pair of strikeouts to end that first inning. He'll offer at the slider low for a strike. That really was just a beautiful play by Colton Moore. Diving up the middle, gets from his knees, and delivers a huge second out of the inning. The 1-1. That'll be low in the dirt, 2-1. That's going to be grounded to short again. On to first. Moore. Powerful throw gets him. What a cannon of an arm from Colton Moore. When we return, it'll be 8, 9, and 1. Dua, Ben Schoter, Bush, and Colton Moore. As we return, it's number 21, Eli Ben Schoter, due up for the Warriors. So far this season, Ben Schoter a 156 average, so struggling to start the season, but has a 306 on, or 309, excuse me, on base percentage. So he reaches base pretty consistently. 1 walk, 1 hit by pitch. So he can get on base. As here's the 0-1. That's going to be hit very well out there to right center, and that'll get down in the gap. This should be extra bases. Fielded, throwing it back in the slide, and he's safely in there. It's a double for Eli Ben Schoter.
Awesome. Nice hit. And hit the gap. That's a big one.
A good job by Parker Ernst to kind of cut that off before it managed to get to the wall and potentially turned into a triple using the speed of Ben Schoter, as that'll bring up Xavier Bush, the center fielder. Bush so far this season, a 281 hitter with a 303 on base, a 438. Slugging percentage, has one of the 3 home runs from Norwalk hitters this season. Shows bunt, though. He'll get it down. Is he tagged? I don't believe they say he will be, but he's safe. So instead of just immediately throwing it down to first, the tag attempt from the first baseman, Potabom, is unsuccessful. Can't get the throw down to first, so the runner will advance to third, and Bush will have an infield single.
Yeah, from my angle, it didn't look like he got him on the baseline. And then I think the throw was just a hair late.
I think it might have been offline as well.
Yeah.
Panic throw. And that will now bring up Colton Moore. Struck out looking his first time up, looking to change his fortunes. Pickoff attempt in time. Got him.
Oh, they get him?
They got him over there. So he is picked off for the first out of the inning. A huge play there. Takes away any focus on a potential double steal from Norwalk. Full focus can be given to Colton Moore now. As you're not really going to try and pick off the runner from third, you're just going to try and keep him from scoring as much as possible. That's a great stop using the chest from the catcher, Maxon Simmons.
Yep, knock it down, keep it in front of you. Most important thing.
Bondurant, a steel-heavy team, manages to get the pick off. That'll be fouled out of play down that right side. It'll be a 1-1 count here to the shortstop, who in the top half of the inning made some pretty incredible throws. Here's the delivery. That'll run inside, won't quite get him, so it'll be 2-1.
It looked like he looked at the umpire. Did it hit me? Give me a free base.
On deck is Cole Wardlow, the pitcher. Here's the delivery. That'll be fouled out of play down that right side yet again, so it's 2-2 here.
Yeah, this situation, you'd really like to get a nice hit, get that runner in, know that you have the run.
You have to protect the plate and able to do so, maybe get a mistake pitch.
Yep.
But when you get that mistake pitch, you have to crush it. Here's the delivery. That's a pitch that just misses.
I don't know how he laid off that one.
Just above the top of the number.
Yeah.
So the count runs full here. If that's me in the box, I'm swinging at that with everything.
Thinking the same thing.
They're going to call another box, so that will score the runner.
So that's a balk on each side.
A balk on each side causes the runs to come across.
Wow.
So Norwalk retakes their lead just as soon as they lose it.
And the umpire motioned to the pitcher of what he did, is the way he dropped the ball down in his glove, getting set.
As Moore will take his walk. A good job there working the count full and then taking his base. Sets up Cole Wardlow with a runner on with just one out. And it's another situation where if Moore's paying attention to the catcher, that ball fully got away from him back to the backstop. He potentially had an opportunity to get to second if he was sprinting. And they're going to say another balk here.
Wow. And that starts messing with the pitcher's head. That's tough. So that's a no pitch, right?
Yeah. No pitch there.
Okay. Yeah, you know, now your pitcher's thinking about it.
Yeah, you absolutely. I mean, that's just kind of what happens when you're on the mound.
Yeah, you don't need that overhead with all that's going on. God, look at the lead on second base.
Trying to get into his head more. Pickoff attempt. That's going to get away.
Yep. Not far enough, though. It's smart to stay on the base.
Very, very smart there.
Yep.
Not wanting to risk another out, especially with you in scoring position. There's no double play in order.
Yep.
There's no need to risk it, especially with one of the better hitters in your lineup up, especially if he can start getting hot here later into the season.
I'll tell you what, if the pitcher had put that ball on the base, he had him.
Oh, that absolutely would have been gunned if the pickoff was in time. This will be a ball, and we'll get a meeting on the mound. So we'll take a short break alongside it and come back with the rest of the third inning. The quick conversation on the mound is over. We assume it's just a quick conversation of what needs to happen. Maybe just get some demons out of his head. That'll go high again. So it'll be 2-0 here.
Yeah, get the balk out of there. You know, it's just, it happened. Do your thing now.
Just needs to trust what has gotten him to this level.
Right.
Gotten him to this point where he is on the mound. Runner goes. Delivery, not going to be in time. A great steal there from Moore.
Should have had a ball on that one, too, I think.
Colton Moore now 8 for 13 on the season in steals.
It's a good break on that one.
An amazing break. Puts himself at third base for Cole Wardlow. They're pitching around him a little bit. See if they try to get a strike in here. They'll try, but it's going to be ball 4. So back-to-back walks for Wardlow. That'll bring up Riley Schmidt. Grounded into a double play to end that first inning. It was a beautifully turned 6-4-3. Holtorf will be on deck. Reached on a infield single. Later came around to score due to an E1 and a few mistakes. Runner takes off. That's going to be grounded sharply. Fielded by the shortstop. Has no other option but to throw it to first, and another run will come across to score. Wardlow safely advances, and it'll just be a 6-3 ground out for Schmidt, who will be credited with the RBI. And that'll now bring up Connor Holtorf, as that steal attempt really was the reason we're not out of this inning. Doesn't offer at it. It's a strike anyways. Try to check his swing. Holtorf scored the first run of the game in that second inning. And now it's been Ben Schroeder and Moore in this one. As this one's going to be a bit of a backspin. Not able to field it at second. So it'll be an E4.
And I think you called it. The way it's a backspin, it didn't bounce right for the fielder.
Yeah, just looped high enough to get over the pitcher's head, but not high enough for it to be caught in the air by the second baseman. So runners on the corners yet again. 2 outs this time for Brady Wilkening. He singled his first time up. See what he can do here with 2 on, 2 outs. Try to continue this rally from Norwalk and extend the lead as much as possible for his pitcher Wardlow. That'll be outside. A good snag from Simmons. Delivery, runner goes. That'll be grounded sharply. That'll go foul.
Ooh, that's too bad. Oh, that was a ripper down the line.
As it looks like there was a courtesy runner that came in for Wardlow. Looks like it's number 10, Ashton Hans. So he is at third. So as it sits, number 10, Hans is at third. At first, it's Holtorf, who's ready to run. Pickoff attempt. He'll get back in there safely. And now it's just mind games from Norwalk.
Yeah, first base, you want to get him to make a mistake, so third to go in.
Runner goes. It's outside.
Yep.
There's going to be no throw down.
Yep.
Smart play. Does not want to become a victim of a double steal here. Have a quick conversation here. And I don't know if that's going to be counted as a stolen base or a balk, as he's kind of signaling to both the pitcher and the coach.
I think as maybe a warning of it that he didn't call a balk because third didn't come in.
That's true. So it will be a stolen base here for Holtorf on a note. It wasn't quite fielder's indifference, but they're going to call another balk here, and he is
There's something
dumbstruck.
he's doing, yeah. And I couldn't pick up on it. I was watching the pitcher, and I don't
see it.
Runner in third will take another run.
As it's something with how he's coming set.
Yeah. And I did not see it. I was trying to watch for it. If it's the way he's... I was afraid, like, he's coming to a stop, but he's not really stopping, and then he's going. But I thought he stopped before the umpire called it.
We'll see what they do here. They'll give control back.
Yeah, watch him, see what you think.
They won't call a balk here. Looks pretty much the same as all the other windups. As there's a runner at third, it's 4-1 Norwalk.
Well, you know what? He's in full windup, not stretch.
It might have something to do with coming with how he's pitching in the stretch.
Yeah.
They might just be sacrificing that kind of positioning.
There's something the way that he's doing that.
So from the windup now. That's going to be grounded softly. This has an opportunity to score the run and be safe. They're going to say he's safe.
Oof, big.
So an infield single for Wilkening. Scores another run, and it's 5-1. It's a crooked number here in the third. It's a big inning for the Warriors, as that will end the day here for Peyton Hobbs. We'll come back with a new pitcher on the mound for the Blue Jays. It is a 4-spot in the third inning, 5-1 Norwalk. The pitcher on the mound to take over for Peyton Hobbs will be Blake Baker, the sophomore. He has a 1.31 ERA with a 1.44 whip. 13 strikeouts, 10 walks on the season, a 213 batting average against in 16 innings pitched. This will be his first appearance without starting the game, and he'll come in to face off against the first baseman, Ryan Jones, the lefty.
And we do have a runner on first with 2 outs.
That'll be in there for a strike. A beautiful pitch to start things off here as Jones grounded into a 6-3 double play. His first time up. That'll be outside for a ball. It's 1-1 now. Hobbs exits the day with a strange stat line. 3 balks called against him. As it's really up to umpire discretion. As that'll be a strike in there, and it's 1-2. The umpire just didn't like what he saw from Hobbs as he was, going into his windup or from his stretch position.
But we also got to look at, he did call one on Norwalk.
He has also called one on Wardlow, so.
Yep. So there's just something he wasn't liking with the pitchers. And I still wonder if it's something to do with stopping when you have base runners.
This one's going to be grounded at first. It'll be an easy play, 3 unassisted, as Potabom will step on the bag. It is 4 runs coming across the score for Norwalk in the 3rd inning. It's 5-1 as we go to the top of the 4th. It is 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Blue Jays. Cole Wardlow to retake the mound here in the 4th inning as he'll take on Cole Miller, Braden Dutton, and Drake Faltzgraff. 4, 5, and 6 in the Blue Jay lineup. As that first pitch will catch that bottom corner for strike 1 against the second baseman who struck out looking his first time up to end that first inning, as that's going to be laced back up the middle. No choice but to field it on a hop for Xavier Bush. And that'll be a base runner to start things off here for the Blue Jays in desperate need of runs. Brings up Braden Dutton. Reached on an error. Fires. Big cut and a miss from the right fielder. As Miller, 1 for 1 on steal attempts so far this season for the senior. That'll be low and outside for a ball. This will be another ball in there, 2-1. It'll come in and hit him. So now it'll be 2 runners on. With nobody out here for Bondurant, this is the start they needed, as it's Drake Faltzgraff to step up. See what Bondurant can do here. Runner in scoring position, 2 on. Nobody out here. This will bounce off Schmidt's mitt. And it'll be ball 1 high and tight. That's going to be cut on and missed for a strike. It's 1-1 now.
Yeah, go after that batter. Take him down. Need the outs.
It's going to be grounded softly. Wardlow on to first. In time, it works just as well as a sacrifice bunt. A 1-3 ground out to advance the runners to second and third. So it'll be 2 runners in scoring position with just 1 out for Will Potabom.
Yeah, it's a nice bunt.
As it's 1 out here. There'll be a quick time here called by Schmidt. And taking a look through the Bondurant lineup, trying to see where some of these players are going to be off to college at, see if they play baseball or any other sport. The first one that I saw, Jordan Ryle, moving on to Iowa Western to play football next year at quarterback.
Nice.
Was the starting QB this past season for Bondurant as Potabom holds up on this swing. This one's going to be flown high, deep, and caught out there at second. No, that'll get away.
I don't know how they're going to rule that. Where players ran into each other. Did he catch it and bring it down? Nope. Players, the runner staying on first.
So it looks like that will be runner on, run will come across to score.
2 runs, right?
Nope, runner stayed on to third.
Oh, okay, I didn't see that. Couldn't see it.
As we'll get a courtesy runner, it's number 12 coming out, and that's going to be Cooper Goodwin. So far this season, 7 for 8 on steal attempts. So it'll be officially scored. I believe it should be an error on someone in the outfield, as it was a catchable ball, but it'll be runners on the corners.
Yeah, I hate calling errors, but second baseman's the one that grabbed it and fell over a teammate. Guess he scored on him. Oh, yeah, now the second baseman's questioning it of why is he on base?
Connor Holtorf.
Yeah. He was thinking he had a catch.
That'll be a strike in there. So it'll be 0-1, 1 out. Runners on the corners. Due up is Peyton Hobbs. Or it would be Peyton Hobbs' spot. Is this going to be a back pick? That'll get away from the first baseman. That'll cause a run to score. So it'll be an E2. That causes the run to score. So now it's just a runner on second. 2 strikes on the at-bat. As here's the delivery. It's going to be swung on and either foul-tipped or missed. Doesn't really matter. It's a strikeout anyways.
All right, now you get your 2 outs. Kind of takes a little bit of that pressure off. You got a lot of options.
As now it's Fenton Smith, as that was Peyton Hobbs' spot in the order. 2 outs here. This is going to be grounded sharply. Fielded by the third baseman on to first in time. And a good stretch there at first from Ryan Jones. It's Ben Schroeder to Jones to end the inning. When we return, Norwalk still has a 2-run lead, as it'll be 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Warriors. Kingston Lamb stepping up to the plate. He grounded out to the first baseman, 3 unassisted, his first time up. He'll look to get things started here with a base hit or a walk, get a runner on any way possible. As he'll take a strike in there on that outside part of the plate. A beautiful pitch from the new pitcher, Blake Baker. That'll be another strike in there. It's quickly 0-2.
I thought that was outside, but I was wrong.
That's going to be grounded sharply. It'll get past the glove of Baker onto second, onto first. And that'll be in time. So it'll be a 4-3 ground out to start things off here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. And that'll bring up Eli Benschoter. Doubled his first time up, scored a run off of a balk by Hobbs. That'll be just a little bit too high for the umpire's liking, so it'll be 1-0 here to the third baseman. Bush waits on deck with Colton Moore waiting in the wings if Norwalk can get it to him. That'll be below the knees for a ball, and it's 2-0 here. This one will be another one that is low, so it will be a 3-0 count. Benschoter looking to reach base for the second time today. Here's the delivery. That'll be a strike at the top of the zone, so 3-1.
It's one of the things that frustrates me the most in baseball. On a 3-0 count to watch probably your best pitch. I never like watching that pitch.
As this is going to be grounded the shortstop onto first. Well in time, Ryle throws out Benschoter. Showcasing some of that arm talent. As that'll bring up the center fielder, Xavier Bush, singled his first time up before him being picked off. Made solid contact. Here's the delivery. That'll hit the dirt and go past the catcher. It's 1-0. Five to 3 our score. Bondurant put 2 up in the top half of the inning. Norwalk looking to respond here and get a 2-out rally going as Bush will take a strike. So it's going to be grounded. Ryle up firing. Beautiful throw over.
There's a power throw, big time.
That'll put an end to the inning. A very powerful throw. His body going one direction, the ball traveling another at Mach speed. We will come back. It'll be 1, 2, and 3. Ryle, Bain, and Ernst when we come back. Jordan Ryle stepping up to the plate for Bondurant. They put up 2 their last time up to bat. As it looks like there's going to be a conversation about a potential switch. Can't quite see where.
Yeah, pitcher's the same, right?
Wardlow is still out there on the mound.
Yeah, switch up something somewhere, I guess.
Infield looks the same. Outfield looks like Bush is still out there in center. Left looks like it might be changed. Actually, no. It's Wadle out there. That'll be a strike in there from Wardlow to Ryle. Right field looks the same.
Well, we'll check it when they come up. Next, bottom half. Inside, I think.
And that'll go to a 1-1 count. That'll be another ball. It's 2-1 to the Blue Jay leadoff man. He's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. This will be outside for a ball. It's 3-1 now. He was hit by a pitch his first time up, struck out his second time up. That'll be a strike in there. The count will run full.
Yep, just throw the strikes.
Wardlow attacking now. That's going to be popped sky high, giving chase. And calling everybody else off is the second baseman, Holtorf, and that'll be out number 1 here on the pop out. As Tyson Bain will step up. Is 0 for 1 as well. He was a sacrifice bunt his first time up, grounded out to the shortstop his second time up. Wardlow look to get rid of him in quick order. That'll be a ball to start things off here in the at-bat, though.
Yeah, he's throwing quite a few outside now.
2-0. Could be just a bit of fatigue setting in.
Yeah, with the heat, a lot of pitches, starts adding up.
That one's going to be a beauty of a pitch, though.
As he throws a strike. You know? Okay, we'll just keep quiet.
Delivery. That'll run inside, but that'll catch that part of the plate. So it'll be 2-2 now. Shakes off, nods to the next. Delivery. Strike 3 called. A beautiful pitch. Gets Bain looking. Parker Ernst now steps up. He's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a ground out too short. Looking for a 1-2-3 inning for the first time today. This one will go behind the batter.
Just a bit inside. Been waiting for one of those.
And it'll be a 1-0 count here. This one will be a bit outside on the other part, so it's 2-0.
It's going real fast. I wonder if he needs to just slow her down a hair.
Trying to keep the hitter off balance. This one's going to be flown out there straight to right field. Putting the squeeze on it is Wilkening.
Yep, he had that dialed in.
So we will return. As it looks like Wilkening might have been the change. Looks like it's number 14 now instead of 15 out there in right field. It's Bryson Chapman.
Oh,
okay. So that was the change we were waiting for. But when we go to the bottom half of the 5th, it will be Colton Moore, Cole Wardlow, and Riley Schmidt due up for Norwalk, the top of the order, when we return. as we come back, it is Baker back on the mound. He'll deal with the top of the order. Colton Moore, Cole Wardlow, and Riley Schmidt. As that was a half-hearted swing by the end of it, as Moore offers that strike one. There's the delivery. That's going to be lifted high, but it's out of play. Oh, 2 count here. Delivery from Baker. That's going to be lifted high.
He's out too.
That'll make its way out of play as well. Giving chase was the first baseman, Potabom. Got to wonder if Wilkening exiting the game happened because of that contact with Holtorf.
Oh.
In that 4th inning.
Well, that's a good point. You know, he got slammed into, rolled over.
That'll be low and outside. Good take there from Moore. Hoping he's okay. Could just be precautionary.
Yep.
Could see him in game 2.
Speculate, but there is that chance.
Here's the delivery. That's going to be fouled back. It'll make its way over the fence.
Sail right over our heads.
Has the timing down, just keeps getting under it. If he can get a hold of one, he can put one in the gap, get extra bases.
Yep. I think he's wanting that, the way he's swinging.
That'll be low, a good take. The count will be tied up at 2 now. Maybe he can get this to a full count. Waste some more pitches of Baker. That'll be just high on the curve.
I think Baker wanted that one as much as I thought he had it.
Just misses the top of the numbers.
Yeah. He's throwing some nice curveballs in there that just...
Here's the delivery. That'll be in the dirt, but he swung at it. But he fouled it off.
I guess so.
They're going to say it's a foul.
Yeah. Foul tip, because he didn't take off for first and didn't even look for it.
As we'll get the payoff pitch once again. Payoff pitch from Baker. Gets called on the strikeout, but the ball gets thrown away. He'll make his way to second. So this will be a strikeout for extra bases for Colton Moore. One of the few times I have ever been able to say that it's a drop third strike that results in effectively a double.
Yeah, that's really rare. But, you know, the catcher gets in a hurry, goes and fires that ball down there, and you're trying to throw around the runner, which makes it tough. You're going to get offline.
I'll bring up Cole Wardlow. He's been pitching well so far today, has 2 walks on his ledger, and scored on a balk. We'll see what he can do here. He's 0 for 0 today. Trying to make it 1 for 1. He'll foul this one off. That'll hit the fence. And it'll be Riley Schmidt on deck with Holtorf in the hole. Checks the runner. Pickoff attempt. Gonna be in time.
They called it, yep.
Great job there as Moore is picked off. So what should have been out number 1 is now out number 1.
Yeah, true. But Good pickoff.
That will leave the bases empty now for Wardlow. Delivery. That's going to be lifted foul out of play down that right side.
Watch them cars.
It's always dangerous parking at a baseball game. You never know where any foul balls are going to go.
That's right.
Same thing for softball. As it looks like...
Right fielder's coming rolling in.
Might be a similar situation of something precautionary after seeing something out there in the outfield.
Yeah.
So it will be Braden Dutton to come out of this game. Replacing him in right field looks like it's number 8.
Yep.
Looks like it's number 8, Coy Steenhook.
Yeah, I wonder if the heat or just tweak something. Never know. They don't tell us anything up here.
Still a great game here. It's 5-3. We are in the bottom half of inning number 5 of doubleheader action in game 1. Baker from the windup delivers. That's going to be grounded back up the middle. Good job hopping over it, but that's going to be fielded. Throw on to first. Not going to be in time. Try to get enough on it from Cole Miller, but it's an infield single for Wardlow.
Yep, really nice hit on that ball.
As Wardlow will be pinch run for here. Trying to catch the number as it comes out of the dugout.
Yeah, I got thinking, I wonder if the coach switched the the right fielder?
As it's going to be number 10, yet again, Ashton Hans coming in to run for Wardlow as he's pitching. Don't want to risk any other strain while he's on the mound.
Yep, protector pitcher late in the game.
That'll get away from the pitcher. Or excuse me, from the catcher, but no advancement from Hans.
Nope, we'll just call one in the dirt.
1-0 count here to the catcher, Schmidt. Solid contact, as that one's going to catch the inside part of the plate for a strike. 1-1. Pickoff attempt, not going to be in time. Would have been a really neat play there. Would have been a spinning tag from the first baseman.
Yeah, that was unique.
Taking his lean over at first, does not go. It's going to be fouled off. It'll be 1-2. Norwalk has not put a run across to score since the third, where they put up 4 off of a couple balks from Peyton Hobbs. Pickoff attempt again, but they're going to call a balk here.
Really?
Runner will get to advance. So that'll be the 4th balk of the game called against Bondurant. 3 on Hobbs, 1 on Baker. This is what got them in trouble in past innings. Hopefully they can work around it here as it's a runner in scoring position now for the catcher. Checks the runner and delivers from the stretch. That'll be high and tight for a ball. It's tied up at 2 now.
Wonder if it's something that the umpires are looking for more.
Could have been that he came set and, especially on pickoff attempts, it's if it could be construed that you are coming to the plate rather than a pickoff.
Yep.
Trying to trick a batter. Steps off and wants a conversation with the catcher real quick. Runner on second is Ashton Hans, who is running in place of Cole Wardlow, the pitcher. Riley Schmidt doing a good job to work the count here. See if he can work it full. Here's the delivery. That'll be inside for ball 3. The count is worked full.
I think he was waiting for that one to hit him.
Certainly trying to see if he can get a hit batter there.
He's kind of turning his side and flinching.
A little bit of a wider target presented.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'll take the base.
Here's the delivery. That's going to be smacked out there,
what
and
a
that'll
rip.
score a run. Beautiful play, cut off well by the new entrant in right field, but that'll score Hans, and Norwalk breaks through on the single from Riley Schmidt. Good job from the replacement in right field, Coy Steenhook, cutting that ball off.
Yeah, nice hit. I was expecting it to get to the fence, and he cut it off, stopped it.
As now there'll be a runner coming in for Schmidt. That'll be number 32, Keelan Selby, the sophomore. No steal attempts so far this season, and with one out, it is Connor Holtorf up. He has singled and reached on an error so far today, 1 for 2.
Yeah, with one out, I don't know if you want to send him or if you want to hold him, play safe.
As this one's going to be skied high. Caught out there by the second baseman, traveling back, Cole Miller. And that'll be out number 2. As Holtorf goes down, and we'll now see the replacement for Brady Wilkening. And it will be number 14, Aiden Walter. He is a sophomore. This will be his first at-bat of the season. He's been a pinch runner so far this year. See what he can do with the bat in his hands. That's going to be grounded sharply to second. Little shovel over to shortstop, and that'll put an end to the inning. It's a 4-6 ground out to end things here, but Norwalk extends their lead to 3. It is 6-3, and when we return, it'll be 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Blue Jays. As we return, it is Cole Miller to take on Cole Wardlow to start the 6th inning here from Norwalk. As he's going to lift this one high to right field. And the new entrant into the game will put the squeeze on it. Walter sets down Miller. Quick out number 1 for Wardlow. Brings up the lefty. Coming into the game for the other right fielder, Braden Dutton, will be number 8. As we said, it's Coy Steenhook. Takes a strike in there. Looks like it was roughly at the knees 14 at-bats on the season with a .07 batting average. Not a lot of opportunities here. It's going to be grounded softly down the first base line. Just a sophomore. I believe, a junior, excuse me. 3 runs on the season, 1 hit. See what he can do against the very quickly tiring Cole Wardlow. It's hot outside. Lots of pitches being thrown. And he works quickly as well. Grounded sharply this time down the first base line. It'll be 1-2 again. The wind has calmed down a little bit. It's never gotten more than a slight breeze.
Going inside with that one.
Tried to see if he can bait a little hit on the elbow there, but instead it'll be 2-2 count. Wardlow delivers.
Oh, he's trying to take
Gets
him in.
the strike
Yeah,
3 called at the knees. A beautiful pitch here for Wardlow as he gets strikeout number 6 on the day. They'll bring up Drake Faltgraf, the DH. 0 for 2 today after a 5-4 fielder's choice and a 1-3 ground out earlier today. That's a big swing and a miss there. It's 0-1. That's going to be poked out there. High foul territory. Not quite being able to come up with the catch out. There is Ryan Jones. So it'll be an 0-2 count here to the DH. Kicks and fires. That's going to be lined. Almost caught out there at second.
Yeah, it's a great effort. I thought he had it.
Great jump. It'll be a single for Faltgraf. But it was that close to being a beautiful line drive caught by Connor Holtorf. We'll bring up the first baseman, Potabom. As now on deck is the pitcher, number 18, Baker. Delivery. That'll be fouled out of play. 0-1 here. Pickoff attempt. Not going to be in time. A good dive back in from Faltgraf. Checks the runner. Delivers. It'll be outside for a ball. 1-1. 6-3 our score. Bondurant looking to take a bite out of it. Bring it down to 2 runs. Hopefully 1 run, as this one's going to be laced up the middle. Runner will advance to second. And it'll be another hit for this Bondurant team with 2 outs in the inning. We'll see what Blake Baker can do with the bat now. Struck out his first time up, pitting for Hobbs. Quick conversation on the mound between Wardlow and Schmidt. Baker, a 200 hitter, right on the Mendoza line, as they say in the majors. And he'll take a ball high and outside. It'll be 1-0. Delivery. That'll be grounded softly foul. 1-1. Back-to-back base hits here for Bondurant puts them in a position to potentially get a couple runs across, but they're going to say no swing there, so it'll be 2-1. Wardlow sets and fires. Doesn't offer it this one. It's 3-1. Great patience here from Baker. Tries to load the bases for Fenton Smith. Instead, he'll hit a screamer.
Ooh,
That'll
good
get
knockdown. At least it holds everyone.
And it'll hold the bases full, and it's back-to-back base hits. But a beautiful play by Colton Moore to keep it at just bases loaded.
Well, he's still looking at 2 outs, so you've got a chance of shutting it down.
Fenton Smith, 1 for 2 today. Singled, came around to score, and has grounded out to third. And for now, Wardlow will stay in this game, not wanting to go to the pen yet. Plenty of arms are available for Norwalk should they need them. Chief among them would be the current third baseman, Eli Benschoter, with a 1.64 ERA on the season, with 5 relief appearances and a game started. That one's going to be lined. Benschoter can't get it. And a run will come across to score. He could have thrown out the runner at first. He was not in any sort of a hurry down the line. Thought it was caught.
Yeah, but then your runner may have taken off for home. At that point, hold it. Keep everything static.
As I think that will officially be the day done for Wardlow. A beautiful game with 6 strikeouts. And instead, they'll bring in their ace, Colton Moore, to come in to pitch here. They'll bring in their relief guy, and we will be back with the final out of the 6th inning. It is Ashton Hans to come into the game to pitch for Cole Wardlow. He's been pinch running for him, so it just makes sense as here's his first pitch of the outing. It'll be high and tight for ball 1. Coming into this game, Hans with a 2.62 ERA with just a 1.25 whip. He has been electric out of the pen, his 6th appearance, as he throws some flames out there on the mound.
Got to get the strikes. We got bases loaded, and you can only give up 2, and then you got problems.
As it is Jordan Ryle, as this one will make it a 3-0 count here to the best hitter on the Bondurant lineup sheet.
He didn't hear me. He said you got to throw strikes.
Hans has 8 strikeouts to 5 walks. Can get the punch out, but also struggles with the walks, as this one will come in and walk him. It is a 1-run game, as Norwalk trying to put this one away.
Oh, it's a tough situation to be in.
As that run will go against Wardlow's start, so he's allowed 5. The runners on second and third are also his responsibility. If they don't come across the score, he's in line for the win. If they do, it's either a no decision or a loss that he would be in line for. 6-5, Norwalk. As Bondurant has come alive in the latter innings. It was early for Norwalk, as that's going to be a strike in there, and it's quickly 0-2 here to Tyson Bain, the third baseman. Here is the delivery. It'll be outside for a ball. Good pitch, almost got him swinging on it.
Yep.
A little bit of a lunge to keep his swing back. As Bain is 0 for 2 today with a sacrifice bunt and a strikeout. Looking to avoid to making it a double. That's going to be grounded softly, and it'll make its way foul. A big break there for Norwalk. If that stayed fair, that's another run scored, and we're at a tie game with bases still loaded.
Yeah, because I don't know if he would have gotten the guy at first.
Bain's got plenty of speed.
Yeah.
In fact, on the team sheet, Tyson Bain, while only 1 steal attempt, has stolen that bag. So plenty of stolen base, so plenty of speed. It just has not taken bags yet.
Well, got 2 strikes on him. Now catch him.
It's going to be grounded a little bit sharper this time. A play available onto first. Cannon of a throw.
There you go.
That'll put an end to the inning. A 5-3 ground out. And Norwalk maintains the lead, and Cole Wardlow maintains his potential win. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th, where it will be 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Warriors. Jones, Lamb, and Benschoter. Ryan Jones will step up to the plate. He is 0 for 2 today with a double play and a 3 unassisted ground out. He'll look to get on base to provide some insurance going into the 7th. This is going to be grounded sharply and steps on the bag after mishandling it the first time. So it'll be another 3 unassisted here.
Almost blew that one, but had enough time.
Kingston Lamb will step up now. He's also grounded out on a 3 unassisted. Also has grounded out to the second baseman. The DH will look to get on base here any way possible. Healthy, cut and a miss though, as it'll go to an 0-1 count. Norwalk needs to get to Benschoter and Bush. Both have hits in today's game and have come around to score. At least Benschoter has. And then you need to get it back to the top of the lineup in Colton Moore and Wardlow. See if you can't drive at least one in and give your pitchers some slack heading into that 7th. That's going to be laced, and that'll get over the glove of Miller, and that'll be a single here for Kingston Lamb.
Nice hit.
And now it's Eli Benschoter. He's got a double in today's game. Absolutely smacked the ball into right center. Came around to score off of the balk by Hobbs earlier in the game. From the stretch delivers. That's going to be lifted out there to right field. Going back on it.
That's a tough one.
That'll get over his head. This should be extra bases. Do they send the runner? No, they do not. So it'll be second and third with one out here, and it's going to be Xavier Bush up at the plate.
I'm surprised they didn't send him home. I guess maybe playing safe, but
I mean, you have one out. It's not the double play is not in order. There's no real need to do it yet.
I thought he had time on it, but yeah,
As
I think
that'll be
play it safe.
That'll be day done for Baker. They're gonna bring in Potabom now, the senior. So, or at least I believe they will. We will bring you the new pitcher when we return after a quick break. Runners in scoring position. One out, 6-5 Norwalk. As we return, Baker maintains his position on the mound. Just a meeting there, trying to see where the optimal play is on the infield. All infielders playing on the grass, making sure that the play is at the plate with Xavier Bush up at the plate here. The righty from the stretch delivers. That's going to be lifted out there to left field, going back on it. Plenty of room, as this will score too. It's another extra base hit for Norwalk.
Yep, pull up a double on that one.
What a smack from Xavier Bush. A 2-run double. As that'll extend the lead back to 3 for the Warriors. Just smacked it directly over the head of Fenton Smith. Even with his speed, he couldn't get there.
No, that was a hard hit ball.
If it's a windier day blowing out there to left field, that has a real shot at being gone.
I'll tell you, I was watching. It took me a minute to pick it up. And I was wondering if it was going to fly.
That one's going to be
That's
popped
out.
up high, but that will make its way out of play. So it'll be an 0-1 count here to the leadoff man, Colton Moore. He is 0 for 2 today. 2 strikeouts, as well as a walk that he later came around to score on after a balk and a stolen base. And created that run himself. He also turned a strikeout into a double. That'll go inside, but it'll catch the zone for a strike, so it's quickly 0-2. Looking to avoid a hat trick of strikeouts here today. One out here, runner in scoring position. Norwalk's already put 2 across the plate. And that's going to drop in there beautifully for strike 3. He stares at the curve. And Cole Wardlow will step up to the plate here. Might have transitioned him to the DH spot to keep him in the game as a hitter. So that's going to be another beautiful curve that just misses the strike zone. He's been working that pitch very well. As there, we will be here for game 2 as well. As this one going to be grounded back up the middle, bounced over the glove of the pitcher, but on to first in time. 4-3 ground out. Put an end to things here in the bottom of the 6th. We'll go to the top of the 7th, 8-5 Norwalk. And it will be Hans to retake the mound, try to shut down Bondurant. It's 3, 4, and 5. It is the heart of the Bondurant order when we come back. As we come back, it is time. It's Ashton Hans on the mound to pitch to Parker Ernst, Cole Miller, and the replacement of Braden Dutton. As that'll be a strike called to the center fielder, as it'll be Coy Steenhook batting in that 5 spot. He'll kick and fire. That's going to be lifted sky high on the infield.
In play.
And Hans
Right.
will make the play himself for out number 1. Ernst pops out to the pitcher, and it is now Cole Miller. He has a single and a run scored in today's contest, as well as a strikeout looking and a loud fly ball out to right field. Hans delivers. This one gets away from the catcher. Luckily, with nobody on base, it does not really matter. It's just another ball. As this one will get away from the catcher again. As it looks like Dutton's going to come back into the game to hit after this at-bat. Could have just been some heat exhaustion. As that's going to be foul tipped, but caught, so it'll be a strike here. It's 2-1.
Yeah, where is the middle of an inning? I had to wonder if he was cramping or something.
That's going to be another healthy swing and a miss. It's going to be strike 2. It's a tied up count at 2-2 now. Hans looking to work back into a strikeout potentially. Would be his 9th of the season. Ooh. Goes high, the count runs full. Cole Miller gets the payoff pitch. And it's going to be strike 3 called. He thought it was a ball.
Yeah, he did.
Outside part of the plate gets him looking. As it will be Braden Dutton to check back into this game. 2 outs here in the 7th. Here's the delivery. That'll run inside. It'll be called a ball. It's 1-0. Be ball 2 here to the right fielder. another ball. It's 3-0. It has been a great contest here. That's going to be a strike at the knees. It's been back and forth so far. Norwalk's has never trailed in this game, as they look to finish things here. Big cut and a miss. The counter run full. Bondurant down to their last strike here in game 1. 8-5 is the score. They need to get a few on and start a 2-out rally. Delivery from Hans. Strike 3 called. Stared at it, and that'll do it here in game 1. 8-5, back-to-back strikeouts looking for Ashton Hans. A win will be given to Cole Wardlow. And we will be back in about 30 minutes for game 2. Norwalk 8, Bondurant 5, as we'll end our broadcast here. Signing off, Liam Weber.